Hello, this is Lewicki. I wanted to talk to you about my journey when I took a 21-day challenge to stop complaining. See, I'm a mom, I have 3 kids, and in many ways, my life looks probably like yours. I wake up in the morning, I have the full day ahead of me, and yet I'm already running after time. Getting my kids ready, getting myself ready, and I find myself whining over the milk spilled on the floor or the impossible mission of finding a pair of matching socks for each of my children's. I can't tell you how many times I found myself in the car looking at the clock with my kids, just buckled up in the back and me screaming, "Ah, we're late again! I told you so!" And then, I get to work, and like everybody, I have tons of emails. I have a lot to do and not enough time. And as soon as somebody gets in my way, as soon as someone, the others, as soon as those people give me more work, or they don't understand what I want, or just make it too difficult for me, then I complain again. I'm whining, I'm bitching, and I make them wrong, and they're guilty of everything, and I'm just the victim. And so for me, everything started one day when I finally had my kids in bed, after the third glass of water, and my daughter reminding me that I had to sign a paper right now for the field trip on Friday. So that night, finally, my kids were in bed, and I remember very clearly I walked across the hallway and I crashed into my bed, and I said to myself, finally, they're asleep. And right after that, I opened up my eyes. I remember I was looking at the IKEA lamp on the ceiling. And right after that, I opened my eyes and I was like, oh my God, Christine, you have a problem, because that day, that terrible day that you just had, is actually a normal day of your life. And you're actually going to have a lot of those days. And I realized that I refused to be a victim of my everyday life. Yes, sometimes my life is not sexy, but I want to enjoy it. And yes, sometimes it's difficult to be a mom, and yes, sometimes it's difficult at work, and yes, sometimes there is traffic on the road, but I don't want to be a victim of any of that. It's ridiculous. People tell me you need to enjoy your kids when they're young, and the truth is it's not always easy. And the truth is, it's easy to be a victim of all of that. So for me, that night in my bed, I was like, I really made a decision that I had to find a way to bring more pleasure, to bring more joy into my everyday, not always very sexy life. And so I remember that a friend of mine told me about a 21-day challenge to stop complaining. And so I decided that this is what I had to do, because I decided that what was happening in my life is that way too often I was resisting everything that was happening in my day. And I was resisting, and I was complaining, and I was bitching. And that night in my bed, I realized that maybe my life could be different if I stopped bitching and if I stopped complaining. So the challenge was that I put a bracelet on my wrist, and every time I was complaining, I switched side and I started over, and the goal was to do 21 consecutive days with the bracelet on the same side. And at that time, when I did this challenge, I opened up a blog. It was actually a vlog. It was a French blog. As you can hear, I am French. And I was posting a video every day on my blog. And to my big surprise, that French blog went viral on social media, and I had thousands of people visiting this blog. And this blog gave birth to a book. And the book is a huge bestseller in France. We sold 100,000 books. And it's coming out in softcover next month, and it's an amazing journey. But I'm French, but I live in the U.S. My kids are raised in the U.S. They're American, and I really want to share my journey with you guys on this blog. I'm also very committed to find an American, the best American publisher, to share my book with all of the English readers. So on this blog, welcome to this blog. I'm committed to publish more articles. I am committed to share more videos and to share my journey. And I would love to start a conversation with you on this topic. So I wish you a fabulous day. Bye-bye.